All right, welcome in everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Expedition 33. Now, I have not personally played this game, but I know a wonderful person that has, best at the gaming industry, tycoon of YouTube, my lovely girlfriend Lily. She is the expert on this, so I'm mainly just going to interview her, ask her questions. I know the whole gist of the story, but I'm not the expert, so I'm going to kind of defer to her, but Lily, do you want to say hi?
Hello, and also, full warning, spoilers for the entire game. We're spoiling probably everything at some point.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
just to throw that out there, if you haven't finished the game and you're not looking for spoilers, I would not watch this.
You've been warned, fool. Okay. Sorry.
I love that.
All right. Okay, so just question time. Fun stuff. Alrighty. So describe your thoughts on the beginning of the game. How do you think the game starts in terms of storytelling, and at what time or at what point in the game did you actually become invested?
So, truthfully, and this is something that is weird, when I started looking up, because I'm the type of person that I play the game, and if I really, really love the game, I'm gonna, hyperfixate and then just go, neck deep into, lore and everything afterwards. The thing is, when I started looking things up, everybody was like, I love this game from the start. I can remember, and I know I told you this when I was playing it. I was
Yep.
man, I don't know about this game. I was, I think, 6 or 7 hours into it, and I really didn't know how to feel. I was on that teeter-totter of do I want to finish this? Do I want to continue this?
And you actually give games a chance.
Yes.
Yes, you will play them for a set amount of time.
Yeah, and I was I always look up how long a game is, because if a game is really long, I'm going to give it more time to build up, because they need more time to build their story. And I saw that this game was only 40 hours. You could beat the main story. I mean, I know there are people who put hundreds of hours into this game, but you could beat the main story in 30 to 40 hours roughly. And I was okay, so when does the fun start?
Always the best question. When does the game start?
I think my problem was that and this is what's interesting though, to with people who play games, is that everybody's different. Because me personally, they throw you into the story, you get Gustav and Mael at the beginning, and you get no backstory. You have to figure it out as you're walking through Lumiere, and you're figuring out you're trying to piece it together yourself. A lot of people like that.
Yeah.
So many people were I love that they just dropped you in. And I'm I didn't.
It's I don't know what's happening.
Right, I don't know these people. I don't know, anything of what's going on. And, again, some people really like what I'm about to say. I was not personally a fan. Some people really like the fact that they killed people off so early.
Yep.
The opening scene is literally the homage of Gustav's, ex-girlfriend, kind of, because they still like each other. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean... How do you love somebody when you know they're about to die? But anyways...
Ex, because she's dead to me and to the world.
Pretty much. But, they kill her off really early. And I was to me, I couldn't connect to Gustav. I was man, that really sucks for you, pal. But, we didn't get to really know her.
No, so so there's no emotional ties
right.
or anything.
You walk around with her for all of, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much you explore with them, and then you just move on. I mean, she dies, and I'm man, again, that's really sucks. I get, living to 34, 33, 34, I'm that sucks. Especially being close to that age. I'm
yep.
that would absolutely be awful. But did I feel... I can't say I felt bad for her, and that's not me being you should die.
Just die already, jeez.
It's just, I mean, I had no emotional build-up or connection to her.
Which is fair.
So when she died, I was well, okay, that's just one more character I don't get to know. And then the same with the, expedition team, that they get killed off pretty much immediately. Except for, two or, a couple of them.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where, you can walk around as Gustav and you can talk to him right before you all, leave on the expedition. But then as soon as they die, I'm well, that's cool. I didn't know you, but all for 10 seconds, literally. And
I mean, they were gonna die anyway, right?
It's true. So maybe
it doesn't make it right. But
maybe there was no expectation. They didn't expect you to obviously be emotionally, attached.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like that, because I was okay, you're killing all these people off, and this is awful. But I don't care, I guess. Like, I feel bad for Gustav because now he's alone
Well,
and all this,
yeah.
but I didn't have a lot of emotional connection with him or with them, and so I was just like, okay, so when does this start?
Yes.
Well, truthfully, it starts at the end of Act One.
Okay. Okay.
So, but yeah, it took me a while to get into it, and again, some people really like that,
Yeah.
and I just didn't. But I will say, I'm glad that I finished it. It is an amazing story. It ended up being way better overall than I would have ever thought
Okay.
from the first 7 hours of me playing.
Hey, I mean, it's just one of those games, like you said, that has to build up in
Yeah.
terms of story and
Yeah.
characters. And I remember you showed me like the opening scene and everything, and I was like, okay, this is really neat.
Sad.
I mean, sad, like, oh, poor thing with that fuck ass Bob. She just like totally disappeared, like Thanos snapped. I was like, wow, that's awful. But
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 again, yeah,
you
no
don't really
emotional
know. Yeah.
pull. You're like,
Exactly.
that sucks.
Like, huh? But no, but that's fair. That's fair.
But I am glad I finished it, and I'm as much as that was annoying, at least it picked up.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so turn-based games. I know, at least since I know you, I know turn-based games are not like your main game to go to. Like you played plenty of Persona 5.
Yes.
So you're familiar with the game aspects and how, you need to kind of have that strategic skill and everything going there. But discuss the gameplay. I know playing a turn-based game, how do you think the playstyle contributes to the story? Do you think the game would still have the same impact if it had a different playstyle?
It's a good question because I feel like when game developers make their games in a certain way, obviously they see their system working in the story in a way. I am not a game developer. No, probably will never be a game developer.
Nope, just an appreciator.
Just an appreciator.
And that's fine.
Would this story be different if it was open world like other games? It would be, and I think for me, I actually think this is one of the better turn-based games because you still have to interact with it. Like a lot of the turn-based games, you just click a button and it goes, and you click a button and you attack, and you click a button and you attack. But there's no other than that, you don't do a whole lot gameplay wise. With this one, you can parry, you can dodge, you have to actively you have a quick time event to help make your attacks better. So at least it's more involved, which I did like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does it still kind of suffer from that turn based? Sometimes it feels a little slower, or sometimes the battles can feel really long. Yes.
Okay.
Do I think that hinders the story? In this game, not necessarily.
Okay.
Because I feel like the long drawn out battles are meant to be long and drawn out.
Yep.
Your biggest bosses, you're not meant to just go up and one shot them when you're playing the game for the first time.
Of course.
And so the struggle to get through a boss battle, the time it takes to get through it, even if it was 20 minutes, because I think I had one that it took me multiple tries, number one, but then number two, it took a long time once I was able to beat it.
Yeah.
It's part of the story. You're
Yes.
meant to feel yes, I finally got past this boss. Or,
Yes, yeah.
It's kind of, I think, there to intentionally make you feel frustrated when you lose and ride the highs when you finally get past it. I will say they do a really good job of balancing so that it's not impossible.
Yes.
Which is good because I have had, they have their, what I call their, post game or their impossible bosses. They're bosses with 10 billion hit points where, you have to
there's
really.
no way.
You have to build your characters well. You have to, be grinding for equipment and things like that to, go and even attempt those. But they're, in the story, they make them challenging, but they don't make them ungodly hard.
Okay. Because I will say, I had the fun part of getting to watch you play some of these
Yes.
on our PlayStation parties. So, as far as some of the bosses, at least that I've seen, the singing lady, dancing.
Serene.
Yeah, that's her official name.
Yes.
Serene. It was really neat just to kind of see her play, and I remember you I need to find some abilities that don't get me charmed or don't get me so it's there's a lot more to the game than just your typical.
You're just
do
running
your
around
action
and
and go.
just slicing people in half.
Exactly. Also to that point, I also loved your comments where you'd always be like, this is very unrealistic, halfway through the fight, just pausing because I got to heal up real quick.
You'd be like, I got to take a breather.
I'm so glad Serene listened. She's a respectful,
very respectful
queen.
lady.
Yes.
Sorry, like I'm right in the middle of this mega boss battle, but Redmore can wait for a second. I gotta take a breath.
Exactly.
But I think that was also their intention.
Yes.
Because, like, especially with this story, when they lore drop so much, especially, like, at the end, like, I mean, you weren't with me, or I don't think you were watching when Gustav dies at the end of Act 1.
Yeah.
But as a player, I was so stunned, and then they throw you into a battle. Granted, it's a battle you can't win.
Yep.
But I was just so stunned that I was sitting there for a couple minutes. So obviously being turn-based is good because you can take that moment to be like,
reflect.
What the hell is happening?
Yeah. And not immediately just get one-shotted by
Redmore. Exactly. Not him just coming full force at you being like, all right, we're going to move this along.
Exactly.
So I think the turn-based system, especially with very story-heavy games like this one, I think it worked because it gave you that minute to kind of process.
Yes.
Granted, not all bosses are as nice. Sometimes they'll attack you first.
True.
But even then, you get hit a couple times, and then you can take your
They have to wait their turn for
you
to hit them back. Exactly. Okay. All right. So with that idea, in your thought, as far as like characters and everything, who was the most misunderstood character?
Okay, actually, I know. I'm like, out of the main party people.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to count all the side characters because you could go into those and be like, oh, well, like, we don't understand. Well, there's just not that much about them.
Yes.
Main party people, Lune.
Lune, okay.
Because she's, I think, seen as, like, not cold, but a little.
Oh, yeah.
Like because she is by the book, like, there's an early on scene with her and Gustav, and she's like, well, protocol is, like, we have to go do this. And there's literally, I mean, the cutscene is he goes, fuck the protocol. Like, we have to go save Mael.
Exactly.
Like, fuck everything that, that everything our handbook says was
this
our
is
entire
the real deal.
Was our entire expedition getting killed part of the protocol?
No.
And, I mean, that's literally what he says to her. So I think she kind of from early on in the game gets this reputation of being like, she just wants to try to get as far as possible in the expedition.
Yes.
To get the mission done in a sense. And I think that stems though from because she says she has a scene later where she talks about her parents who were part of a previous expedition, and she just kind of felt like maybe they had a kid, specifically her, because they needed somebody to, like, basically an apprentice who would never go home, and kind of a built-in like researcher.
The best reason to have kids. So they could do your labor.
So they could do your labor and carry on your legacy.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, a lot of what she comes from is like she wants to carry this legacy on because she knows her parents put so much time and energy into researching these things. But again, it makes her come off as like cold and less empathetic than some of the others. And so I think she's a little misunderstood.
Yeah.
I also think it's a little funny they made the Asian character that because I feel like that is stereotypical Asian parenting.
Oh my god. Well.
I'm just gonna say that. I think
really going in with the stereotypes.
I don't think that was like an accident. For sure. But do I think it's like true? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think she's really misunderstood because again, there are moments she comes off as very either cold or very like I know the first time they meet Verso and Verso tells him like, oh, like I was from Expedition Zero, so he's over 100 years old and he looks like he's 30. And she has 1,000 questions for him.
Yep.
It's like there's a moment where it's like, is this all you want from me? It's just information. Like you don't want to be a friend. You just want knowledge.
I mean,
which again can come off as a little like unempathetic.
Yes.
So again, I think she's the misunderstood one of the group.
Of the group, yeah. And I think you've told me too, it's like her character really blossoms in terms of like you learn more about her, like her personal part, the more emotional part. So it's not just all this stoic, independent character being like, okay, give me my instructions, we gotta fight.
Yeah. So misunderstood. Always the Asians.
She's not like other girls. Okay, so I know we're going to have the main form podcast. We're going to talk about this a lot more in depth, but I want your thoughts on the endings. So I know there's a few different ones you can go through, but in your opinion, which one was more satisfying? And if you were in Alicia's position, would you stay in the canvas or would you choose to go back with your family and destroy the canvas?
Okay, I'm gonna make this short because
Yes.
I know we're gonna deep dive
Exactly.
into the longer podcast we'll release about Expedition 33. To answer one part of it, if I was Alicia, what would I do? I mean, I would stay.
Yep, I would stay as well. I'm not gonna
'Cause
lie. Yep.
again, you have to think of like in the real world, she's scarred, she's fucked up, like physically, mentally.
Yes.
Like her family, not just her parents. Her family definitely has, I think, a little resentment towards her.
A little. The mother's out here. You did this to him.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and I mean, same with the sister. She's very cold to her.
She did. Yep.
So yeah, I would stay in the canvas
Yes.
if I was her. Which ending was more satisfying? I will say when I played through, and I mean, you were literally watching.
I was
this
watching
movie,
it. Yep.
You got she was too stunned to speak.
The woman
moments.
exactly, and I'm just over here like wiping my tears. Like, man, I've only gotten like 30 minutes of this game, but I'm invested.
I picked the Mael ending when I was
Yes.
playing through it, and then I went back and obviously looked up the Verso ending. I will say I think the Verso ending is probably the more satisfying, but I like the Mael ending more.
Yes. I can get why both would be. I understand why both would happen.
Yeah.
And why maybe one player could like one ending over the other, but I agree with you in the terms of like, I'd rather have Mael's ending if I was in Alicia's kind of standing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not dealing with
I'm
that.
not dealing with that.
No.
Yeah. I think, and I mean, we'll talk about this all again in the main podcast too.
Of course.
But I mean, the writers specifically have said like there is no right or wrong ending.
Yes.
Like there's not.
Yep.
Even though I know when this game came out, and obviously I'm very late to playing. I'm very late to playing this game, a year, which is still early for me.
Yes,
I don't
it
get to
is.
games.
It is. I mean, you're busy.
Well, not even that, but like usually when I play games, I'm like the popular games, like I play them like years and years and years
Yes.
after they've come out. So I'm early on my time.
Yes.
But it's like this is a huge debate. I was literally reading a Reddit thread like that got posted a couple days ago, and people were still like
Kind of going back and
violently,
forth. Yeah.
and on side A or side B, and I mean it's just I get it. It's a very moral and gray and like who do you want? There's a lot to it. There's
right
a lot to it.
or wrong answer. Yeah.
There's a lot to consider with it too.
Definitely. Definitely. All right. And then last question, just for fun. Okay. So lots of different relationships kind of happening throughout the game. You got Mael, you got Verso, you got real world, you got painting world, a lot of these different things. But which of the relationships were your favorite to watch develop, and which relationship storyline left you confused or kind of unimpressed?
Okay, which ones did I like? Well,
Well,
right off the bat, I mean, I loved Gustav and Mael, and then R.I.P. Gustav. So
past tense, loved. Yeah.
So I mean, that one died pretty quick at the end of Act 1.
Yep.
Yep. But with that, I really liked seeing how Verso and Mael interacted, especially
Yes.
like before she knew who she was, because there's a lot. I mean, he drops a lot of hints too, which again we'll talk about in the other podcast.
Of course.
But I actually like that a lot. There's a lot of subtle hinting in that, but not in a bad way.
Yes.
So to watch them kind of open up to each other and watch him take over that father-brother figure that Gustav was for her. But hands down, the best love interest. And
Yes.
I know y'all can't see this, but that's an air quotes around love interest.
Exactly. Yeah.
The best love interest for Verso is Monoko.
Oh.
Because they are so gay.
Oh no, they're the best. If you're not gonna be homo with your buddies, do you really love them?
Yes, it's true.
Two homos ourselves, we do approve of the
approve of
Monoko
this.
and the Verso fit fanfics. Yes.
But I mean, the actual one is actually Gustav and Verso, which I think is really funny because they
I could
don't
see
really
it.
exist at the same time. But
Well, one's dead, one's a thought or a concept.
yeah, but
Well, technically both.
they're technically both a concept because real Verso is also dead.
My mind is an enigma.
But no, but like I I know there's a big debate around like, oh, who should like, where do they hint at more with like Verso, like with his love interest?
Mm-hmm.
Because technically, what I found out is that you can have like him like CL and
Yes.
or Lune, and I guess mine was CL's.
Yeah.
But I kind of like him more. Actually, I don't really like him with either of them because I ship Lune and CL.
No, that's fair.
And there's a scene that sets it up so perfectly, and I'm like, nothing came of it.
Exactly.
I'm like, nothing came of it, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Because I don't have Verso with like CL because she was married and then lost her husband.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, well that's sad for you. And I don't think him and Lune really fit together.
No, I didn't really see
as
that
friends,
either.
yes, but not as like a love interest.
No. All right. Well, I mean, I think you've had a lot of neat kind of takes on items and just everything, just on the game. But any kind of like lasting thoughts or advice for somebody like a cozy gamer that doesn't know anything about PC or PlayStation gaming?
Truthfully, I would say like this or any really turn-based game is a good start because it's less button mashing. I mean, you can kind of take your time. You can sit there. You can choose the buttons carefully. It gives you pauses to think, so you're not so overwhelmed with what button do I.
Is it square? Is it X? I don't know.
Yeah. So people who have like never gamed or don't game often, I always say like turn-based ones are a good way to kind of get into it, and I would definitely say that this one is good. You just got to keep going. You know, obviously, every story takes time to pick up. My rule of thumb is usually if there's like acts or things like that, always finish Act 1. And if you still don't like it, then don't force yourself to finish anything. You're like, I hate this. But,
true.
But try to at least get through Act 1, and definitely with Expedition 33, getting through Act 1 is what got
important.
Me to keep going.
Yep.
So, but yeah, just play what you want to play and enjoy and have fun. And there's no wrong way to game.
I mean, that's all you can do. But hey, we'll get into more. Yes. Just like on our long form content, we're gonna go all into just Expedition 33, just kind of do our things about it. But thank y'all for listening to this little mini episode.
Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed.
Enjoy.